Kate Martin sends three-word Caitlin Clark message after Fever's loss to Valkyries. Two former Iowa stars were featured in the Golden State Valkyries win over the Indiana Fever. The Golden State Valkyries defeated the Indiana Fever for the second time this season on Wednesday in an 80-61 rout in Caitlin Clark's return from injury. Clark had 10 points, 6 assists, and 5 rebounds in the loss at Gainbridge Fieldhouse in Indianapolis. The Valkyries, led by dynamic scorers Veronica Burton and Kayla Thornton, led with a combined 39 points to help secure Golden State's 10th victory of the season. The matchup led to a reunion between Clark, a two-time All-Star, and Valkyries guard Kate Martin. The former Iowa teammates and close friends helped to bring a spotlight to women's basketball with their now iconic NCAA tournament runs in 2023 and 2024. Martin finished Wednesday's contest with 5 points, including a three-pointer, in 19 minutes of action. Although Clark has taken the WNBA by storm as the league's most popular player, she hasn't been able to get the best of Martin in head-to-head matchups. Martin is undefeated against Clark in her professional career, winning all 4 contests she's played in, but there's no bad blood between the two competitors. Martin reacted to a series of photos from photographer Bree Lewerke, including one of Martin and Clark interacting and shaking hands during the game. Martin responded to the post with a comment. "I love her," she wrote. Martin has received positive reaction from the Midwest, with Iowa and women's college basketball fans nationwide coming to see her and Clark play against each other. The game itself featured multiple All-Stars, including Aaliyah Boston, Clark, and Kelsey Mitchell for the Fever, and Valkyries' first-time All-Star Kayla Thornton. The Valkyries head to Las Vegas to play the Aces, Martin's former team, on Saturday. The kind of quiet that settles after a hard-fought loss, a quiet that hums with disappointment, not just because the Indiana Fever had fallen to the Golden State Valkyries, but because Caitlin Clark, the team's spark, its heartbeat, had just endured one of her most frustrating nights in the WNBA. 10 points, 4 turnovers, a shooting percentage that didn't reflect the player fans lined up hours early just to watch. Caitlin sat in front of her locker, towel over her head, still in full uniform. She wasn't crying. She rarely did after games, but her body language spoke volumes. Disbelief, fatigue, self-blame. Another game where the critics would feast. Another night she'd feel like she let everyone down. Across the hallway, in the visitors' locker room, Kate Martin noticed. The Valkyries had just celebrated a big road win, beating Clark's Fever in front of a sold-out Gainbridge Fieldhouse crowd. Martin had played her role to perfection, hustled for loose balls, defended the perimeter, and sank a crucial corner three that helped seal the win. It was her most complete performance of the season. And yet, as the post-game chatter died down, and players scrolled through their phones, Kate's eyes drifted to the other side of the tunnel. She knew Caitlin, not just as an opponent, not just as a phenom, but as a friend, a sister in all but name. From Iowa to the W, Kate Martin and Caitlin Clark had shared everything for 4 years at the University of Iowa. Buzzer beaters, heartbreaks, record-breaking runs. Martin was never the superstar, never the headliner, but she was Clark's anchor. Her voice in the huddle, her protector when things got loud. And now, even as WNBA opponents on different teams, that bond hadn't faded. So after the game, before heading to the bus, Kate walked toward the Fever side. Not to taunt, not to celebrate, but simply to check in. Security gave her a nod. Fever assistant coach Carlos Knox gave a knowing smile. Kate slipped through the doorway, took one glance at Clark, and knelt beside her. She didn't say much. She didn't need to. She leaned in, nudged Caitlin's arm gently, and said only 3 words. "You're still you." Clark didn't respond at first, but her shoulders slumped just a bit, relief softening the edges of her exhaustion. She peeked out from under the towel and met Kate's eyes. There was no pity there, no platitude, just truth, and it meant everything. The world can wait. In the days that followed, those 3 words, "You're still you," spread like wildfire across social media. After Fever beat reporter Jason Hernandez posted the interaction. Sources say Kate Martin sought out Clark in the Fever locker room postgame just to say, "You're still you." Love and respect. Former teammates, forever sisters. At Jason H_WNBA fans from Iowa flooded the comments, celebrating the sisterhood. Others reflected on how rare it is to see empathy in a league so often defined by competition. She didn't have to do that, one fan wrote. That's real love. For Clark, the message echoed louder than any podcast rant or Twitter critique, because in a season where expectations have ballooned, where every missed shot becomes a viral clip, and every loss a referendum on her greatness, someone reminded her that her worth isn't tied to one game. She's still Caitlin Clark, still the record breaker, the barrier shatterer, the icon in the making, still the kid who changed college basketball forever. Still her. Martin's Grace Kate Martin didn't tweet about the moment. She didn't post to her Instagram. When reporters asked her about the exchange, she shrugged. Just wanted her to know she's not alone, she said. That's all. And maybe that's the kind of story women's sports needs more of. Not just rivalry, not just hot takes, but quiet moments of loyalty, sisterhood, real humanity. Kate didn't need the spotlight. She'd had enough of it at Iowa, where she played her heart out in Clark's shadow, but never resented it. In fact, she chose to return for a sixth year, not because she needed more film, but because she wanted one more season beside her friend. She's my favorite teammate I've ever had, Kate once said. I'd go to war with her any day. And after this game, after this loss, she proved it again.